The Vice Lords are the second largest and oldest African American street gang in Chicago. Their history, which is told with help of voluminous works, attests to their monolithic criminal involvement and influence in Chicago's street gang underworld. Their evolution is that of a group of toughs forming in a correctional facility, engaging in classic street gang operation. The Vice Lords originated in the Illinois Training Center for Boys, dubbed Charlietown, in St. Charles, Illinois in 1958. They were founded by a group of 7 incarcerated youth: Edward Pepelo Perry, who is credited with the actual founding of the gang and who became their official chief or president; Ralph Bonds, Leonard Cal Calloway, Bobby Gore, Maurice Miller, Toehold, and Rand. Other notable early Vice Lords were Cupid, William Goat, Gilmore, William Franklin, Robert Stanley, Billy Washington, Big Lord, J.W., Monk, and Nooney. When David Dawley arrived in Lawndale, the CVL was already on a new path, but they didn't have any way to get the funding they needed, and they lacked a plan on how to convert street power into community organization. David immediately saw the potential of transforming a notorious street gang into a positive force for black people in Lawndale. Dawley was accepted by the CVL and threw itself into the work of creating opportunities that gang members could become productive citizens in society. Dawley's book, A Nation's Lords, is an autobiography of the CVL, an unmatched and vivid description of the transformation of the CVL and their valiant and tragic efforts to join the mainstream. Chief Alfonso Alford summed up what was happening in Dawley's book, page 126.
Like society itself, we are in a time of change. Just as we used to fight each other on the street, we now stand together in a different fight for life. The life of a city, the life of a neighborhood, and the life of a people who have been declared unemployable, uneducatable, and unreached.
After spending a quarter century in prison on a murder conviction, Gustavo Gino Colon, co-leader of the powerful Latin King street gangs, was only 24 hours away from freedom. Gang underlings were so sure that Colon will be released that they already arranged for him to be taken away from the downstate Menard Correctional Center to Chicago in a limousine, according to law enforcement. But that ride, along with Colon's bid for freedom, was indefinitely postponed Thursday when he and 13 other members and affiliates of the Latin King street gang were charged with running a drug operation that alleged to have distributed $6 million worth of crack and powder cocaine, marijuana, and heroin throughout Chicago since 1995. 16 shot, 1 dead. Crime scene, 3100 South Springfield Avenue, Chicago, Illinois, 60623. 2 teenagers were charged with the murder of a 6-year-old girl in Little Village who was likely caught in the middle of a gang shooting. John Barraza, 18, and a 16-year-old boy charged as an adult who police said would not name, have been charged with murder and aggravated discharge of a firearm in the slaying of Aaliyah Shell. Both teens are said to be affiliated with the Latin King street gang. The little girl was killed Saturday afternoon after suffering multiple gunshots in the front of her home in the 3100 block of South Springfield Avenue about 3:30 p.m., police said. The girl was on her front porch with her mother, younger sister, and a male when a pickup truck pulled up in front of the house and someone fired multiple shots out of her window, hitting the child. The girl was transported to Mount Sinai Hospital in critical condition where she was later declared dead. Her family declined to comment. Police described members of the family as gang-affiliated. Police are investigating whether the suspects were gunning for members of a rival gang, the Two Sixers. Both suspects questioned in Aaliyah Slane were said to be affiliated with the Latin King street gang. The Ogden district has seen a rash of shootings in recent weeks related to gang conflicts. Barraza of the 2800 block of South Christina Avenue and the 16-year-old were both expected to appear in bond court on Monday. Neighbors said they were spooked. The girl had nothing to do with it, said Gennaro Romo, 62. What happened to the girl could happen to anyone out here. What a liar. What happened to the girl could happen to anyone out here from a gang family. And if Chicago weren't a sanctuary city in violation of federal law, the gangs would not have taken it over. Next on the G's origin. This was undoubtedly a monumental era for the new gangster superstar, fabulous and magnificent in all the nefarious glory. It was a time of consolidated hierarchies and structures where the science of colors, sets, and insignias exacted a tribute of unfeigned loyalty, camaraderie, and yes, even martyrdom. Martyrdom. The death of suffering of a martyr. Martyr. A person who was killed because of their religious or other beliefs.